Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Murray Sports Story back again with another video. And this video should have been out yesterday, but it wasn't because I had to work and I couldn't get this video recorded in the morning. Because how I usually like to do these is I like to wake up in the morning early, record these, and then put them out, the same day. But I can't do that with this one. But with this video, this is the Fastlane 2023 next day reactions. Next day, again, I'm getting this video out to you on Monday, but hey, what can you do about that? It happened on Saturday night. Can't really do shit about it. We had a light card. It was originally, I say originally, but it was going to be 6 matches, and then the Ciampa versus Gunther match. It happened on Raw. It happened on this most recent episode of Raw. So we didn't get another match added to Fastlane, but that's okay. I feel like five matches is a little short, but it got the job done. So to start off, we're gonna start off with we're just gonna go in order. What opened, and actually I didn't expect this to open. I thought it would have been the LWO versus Bobby Lashley and Street Profits, but we opened off with the Undisputed Tag Team Champions Damian Priest and Finn Balor going against the newly formed tag team of Cody Rhodes and main event Jey Uso. A lot happened in this match. For starters, the in-ring work was pretty damn good. I don't have any complaints about that. It's gonna be hard to complain when you put Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor and Jey Uso and Damian Priest, who I've grown to really appreciate in the ring just on his own. But it's gonna be hard to find anywhere to complain when you got all 4 of those men in the ring. And I really can't complain. It was good action to start off. It started off a little slow, but I think that everybody else got a little bit more time added on to their matches because, like I said, originally it was going to be 6 matches on the card. The Intercontinental Championship would have been defended. That would have been Gunther versus Tommaso Ciampa. Again, that got put on Monday Night Raw's episode. So again, it started off as it was just 5 matches on this card, and with the 5 matches, I feel like each match had a good amount of length to it. Pause. But yeah, with this match, it really wasn't nothing to complain about. It was some pretty cool spots. The shenanigans started, of course, it's Judgment Day. There wouldn't be a Judgment match without Judgment Day interference. So there was this little bit that Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley did, where Rhea was just on the outside doing her thing, and then Jey Uso, he kind of walks up towards her, and she kind of like softens her smile or whatever. She looks at him all pretty, do a little hand wave, and I think Corey Graves referred to her as a succubus after Jey Uso had got back into the ring. That was pretty funny. And then this was kind of to set up the ending sequence of the match. One of the members of the Judgment Day got pissed off and cleared off the announce table, and they were gonna put through it? They were gonna put Cody through it. Yeah, they was gonna put Cody through it. So what ended up happening was Jey Uso's in the ring with Finn Balor. Of course, the ref gets distracted, and here comes JD McDonough with the fucking briefcase. Cody Rhodes was basically hobbled on top of the announce desk, and JD McDonough was about to hit him with the briefcase. That's what Damian Priest was waiting for. And at the last minute, Cody gets out the way, and JD hits him in the knee with the briefcase. And after that, Cody Rhodes hits wicked crossroads on the announce table. It doesn't break, which I thought it would have, but he hits him with that, and then Finn Balor, it's a 2-on-1, and he can't overcome it. Jey Uso sets him up for the 1D, but Cody hits the Cody Cutter in combination with the 1D, and they get the 1-2-3. So I'm not gonna lie, that first match, it was very entertaining. I was happy with that match. Not sure how I'm feeling about. Okay, in the moment, I was okay with the result, but because of how the main event went, I'm a little skeptical of putting the tag titles on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. But there are narrative things that WWE can do with that, and I'm expecting new tag team championships to be announced on Friday because Triple H is showing up on Friday. So let's just hope that they didn't accidentally write themselves into a corner, because I thought it was great getting Jey Uso away from SmackDown, and Cody as well. He can't really have no ties to SmackDown until Roman gets back, if that's what they're gonna do. And for them to be interacting and it not be to set up for the title match. I don't like that in my opinion. But again, it's a few ways that I see that they can weasel their way out of the situation, because we know that he's not holding anything singles related unless it's the big one, and I'm not talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. The next match we got to discuss is the LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. This match was made official on, I think it was made official last Friday. It was made official last Friday, and then this Friday, well, I say last Friday, I think next match we got to discuss is LWO versus the Street Profits. And on one of these episodes of SmackDown, it got made official. And on the most recent episode of SmackDown, just before the pay-per-view, Rey Mysterio and Bobby Lashley had a one-on-one match. Bobby Lashley ended up winning that match, but that's not really important. What is important, though, is the two members of the LWO, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, who were supposed to take place in this match, both suffered kayfabe injuries due to the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. So because of that, they were going a man down into the match. And on that last episode of SmackDown, Rey Mysterio said he had to make a call. They show up, and it's a 2-on-3 to start off the match. The match was nothing crazy. It was cool. Really don't have anything too spectacular that stood out to me. One of the things was, I did notice this, Montez and Dawkins, I think they still not ready to be paired with a Bobby Lashley, in the sense that 2 episodes of SmackDown ago, they lost to Santos and Rey Mysterio. And that loss was like, that was their one fuck up. And Bobby Lashley was like, nah, y'all playing too much. And they still playing too much, because both Angelo and Montez, they was chirping a lot at Rey and Santos during the match. So obviously, I don't think they're gonna break up Bobby and the Street Profits, because if they do, what the fuck was the last however many months that they've been rolling? What was that for? They're not gonna do that. But I am interested to see where this goes, because now this is a loss that gets tacked on to Bobby, and it still seems like they just not all the way there yet. So again, I don't agree with the ending of the match. I think that if we were gonna do this, then regardless of who came out, Bobby and the Street Profits should have won, but the LWO ended up getting the victory, thanks in part due to Carlito, who showed up. He's officially back with WWE. It was reports that he was signed sometime during the summer, but he didn't make his reappearance. Again, last time we saw him was Backlash. He didn't make his reappearance until yesterday night. I say yesterday, I'm recording this on Sunday. He didn't make his appearance until yesterday night, and with the help of Carlito, Santos Escobar, and Rey Mysterio, got the victory. It was a solid match, nothing crazy about it. Then we had the WWE Women's Championship Triple Threat match between Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and the WWE Women's Champion Io Sky. Prior to this, I think it was on the pre-show. Well, hold on. Before we even get to that, can I just say that Triple H, and this is going to get a separate video out of me. Y'all going to get a separate video out of me. Triple H, why the fuck is Charlotte Flair still in the main event picture, in the title picture? Why? Why? I need somebody to explain to me why. She's put on very lackluster matches, you know, on SmackDown as of late. She kills it during the pay-per-views, but like, bro, give it a fucking rest. I really do not want to see Charlotte Flair in every single WWE Women's Championship match moving forward, because that's how it's been. And then to set up this match, we get that bullshit from Bayley after she took a loss. Asuka saying something in Japanese. We don't know what she said. Io does, though. And then out of nowhere, Bayley says, yo, you want a triple threat match versus Io and Charlotte? Well, you got one. What the fuck is that? That's not how you set up a match, bro. That is the most bullshit, laziest way to set up a triple threat match that I've probably seen in, like, I don't know how long. So this match already, coming into it, I was a little bit pissed off, because why are we getting another Charlotte match? Why are we getting another Charlotte Flair title match at that? I'm going to save all of this for a separate video, and all of this, most of that is going to get cut out. But you're not going to know what I'm referring to, but just know that I cut out a good 2-minute rant just now. But going back on to the match. The match was good. The match was good. Although I do notice, and it's been happening more frequently with Charlotte Flair. There are always like 1 or 2, maybe 3 miscues in these matches. I don't know if it was, you know what I'm saying, it's harder to plan out a triple threat match, but even still, like Io, she's a high flyer. She goes for a moonsault onto Asuka outside the ring. Barely misses. Like I'm saying, it missed, but it was noticeable that it missed. And then Charlotte goes and does her moonsault. It's perfect. All right, cool. Later on in the match, this was towards the end, Asuka goes for a flying code breaker, and it just completely fucking whiffs on Charlotte. When you've been watching so much wrestling, you get to notice like when shit like that happens, like, oh, that didn't land as it was supposed to. I enjoyed the match. I thought that it took maybe a little bit too long just to kick into that second gear. It also started off as basically a singles match because Asuka sprayed the mist in Charlotte's eye immediately, which I thought that was cool because I like to watch Io and I like to watch Asuka. Asuka was my favorite female wrestler, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, so that was what happened in that match. What ended up happening was, I forget how Io got like knocked out. She got knocked out, and then Bayley comes from the back. Again, remember, Io told Bayley, "Hey, I got a plan. I don't need y'all being her and Dakota. I don't need y'all ringside tonight." So she came out by herself. And she's knocked out. Bayley comes like, "Hey, you got to get up." And she wakes her up, throws her back in the ring. She gets thrown back out the ring. Somehow, of course, Charlotte gets Asuka into a figure 4. She's taking the time to set it up. And by now, Io is stirring back to her feet. She gets her in a figure 4, bridges it to the figure 8. Bayley's on the other side of the ring, so the entrance ramp is the entrance ramp, and then there's Io. Io's on the top rope by now, and then in the middle of the ring, Charlotte Flair has the figure 8 locked into Asuka, and then on the outside, Bayley, she does some bullshit to distract the ref, hits a beautiful, beautiful moonsault onto Charlotte Flair to knock her out of the figure 8 as Asuka's tapping, remind you. And she gets the 1, 2, 3 pin Charlotte Flair, which is great, to retain her WWE Women's Championship. I had a lot of feelings about that match, but I enjoyed it. So I'm not gonna get negative on this. I'm not gonna get negative on this video, but be on the lookout. I got a negative video in the works. That's all I'll say. Moving on to the second to last match, it was the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso versus John Cena and LA Knight. Yeah. This is the match that over-delivered. It over-delivered. I didn't know how much John Cena we were going to get during this match. I originally thought this match was going to main event, but that was prior to it being announced that Shinsuke versus Seth was the last man standing match. And it's hard to have that match before a title and not main event. But anyway, I thought that this match was going to main event. It didn't, and I'm glad it didn't. But man, John Cena was getting his ass beat throughout both of this match. It was, I feel like the first damn near 60% of the match was John Cena getting beat on by the Bloodline. And that's great for a number of reasons. One, because I think they're still setting up for Solo versus John Cena, and I want to see that. And hopefully if we do see that, that means that Solo would get that win. But the interactions between Solo and John Cena within this match, or the interactions between Solo and Jimmy within this match and before the match started, was pretty cool, because I don't know what's up with that man Jimmy. He swear he Roman. He moving like Roman. He talking like Roman. He doing the mic thing like Roman. You're not Roman, buddy. That's setting up for an interesting episode of SmackDown, because as we know, when Reigns returns next week, yada yada yada. Back to the match. Again, John Cena was getting his ass beat for a good amount of the match. And when he got that hot tag to LA Knight, man, hey, LA Knight, bro. At this point, I'm very much so happy that he's fully turned face, because he was doing that, the tweener shit, but he was still more so of a heel. Hey, he beaten the LA Knight King Russell allegations, because he looked damn good in this match. He came out, he was 1v2ing Jimmy and Solo. But yeah, man, LA Knight looked good in this match. And shocker, LA Knight and John Cena won. And LA Knight got the pin on, who did he get the pin on? I don't remember. I think he got the pin on Jimmy. It would make sense if he got the pin on Jimmy. But yeah, that was a very, very good match. Definitely a match that over-delivered. And I'm cool with that match. But we got the final match. We got the main event of Fastlane 2023. Last man standing for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Bro, this match was exactly what I was looking for in the other match. Obviously, you couldn't have any other match because it was just a standard singles match, but bro, they was killing each other. Obviously, Seth Rollins playing up the back injury and Shinsuke going towards the back, that was something that played heavily into the match. It's a last man standing match, but bro, they had this motherfucker Shinsuke using nunchucks on Seth Rollins' back. He was hitting him in the back, in the lower back with the nunchucks, bro. Peak hilarity, very, very unserious. They brought out a ladder, right? Cleared the announce table, because I guess the announce table was supposed to break during that first match. Remember, it didn't. Cleared out the announce table. This motherfucker Seth was, I guess, about to go for a leg drop or something to Shinsuke. Didn't end up working out, right? So they parked that and then they revisited later. Shinsuke now this time is on the opposite side of the ladder, and Seth Rollins, he has his back towards the announce table. When they get to the top of the ladder, Shinsuke gets to the top of the ladder, this motherfucker sprays him with red mist and then just pushes him off the ladder into the announce table. Crazy. I don't know how he got up, but like, he got up after that shit. Seth Rollins got up. And what else? Some other things that happened in this match. Oh, Seth Rollins, what does he do? This was like one of the first things that happened in the match. This motherfucker Seth Rollins like tries to go for a pedigree on the exposed concrete outside the ring. Nah, it don't work. They park it. They don't do anything with the exposed concrete right away. They revisit it, and this motherfucker takes a back body drop on the exposed concrete. Like, bro, they was going so crazy. They went into the crowd 2 different times during this match. One time they went back towards the entranceway, and Seth Rollins had got like pushed onto a crash pad, which I'm not gonna lie, seeing the replay, that shit definitely looked bouncy as fuck. So it was definitely just like a mattress, but like, whatever, I don't care. It's wrestling. And then the other time, which sets up for the ending sequence of the match, they was just going back and forth. Hey, the 9 counts that Seth Rollins was beating, phenomenal work. And Shinsuke had a few 9 counts that he beat too. But to set up with the ending of the match, and again, I really thought that this was, I'm gonna get to that later. They fighting in the crowd, and they get up on this platform, and on this platform, Shinsuke gets hit with a stomp. Boom, he gets hit with a stomp. He beats that count. Alright, fuck. Okay, well, he pedigrees him again. This is on a platform. Pedigrees him on that platform. Fuck, he gets up again. This motherfucker Seth says, you know what? Fuck it. Picks him up, Falcon drivers him through a table, and now they both down because Seth Rollins took some of that impact too. So now they both scrambling to beat the 10 count. Just as you think Shinsuke's gonna get up, his legs give out and he falls forward. And this motherfucker Seth, he uses the table to get up and stand to 10 and retains the championship. I've been seeing a lot of people upset that this match ended the way it did and it didn't have a cash in. Again, I was also under the impression that we were going to have a cash in, especially when it was announced that this match was main eventing and the tag team match was at the beginning of the card. And when you can add all of that to the fact that they lost the tag titles. Again, this feeds into a small little backstage segment where Priest was like, hey, I'm gonna do it. He's very clearly still hurt from taking the briefcase to the knee. Rhea's like, nah, you gotta wait till you healthy. It makes sense, but it don't make sense. And she takes the briefcase away from him. She took the briefcase away from Damian so he couldn't cash in. I don't know if people just weren't paying attention or like they thought that, oh no, she gonna give it back to him. But like, clearly Rhea's been the leader of the Judgment Day, and when she took that briefcase, that was it. Like it wasn't no late last minute cash in. I guess he could still have the other briefcase, but like they ain't shown that shit on TV since he's got the new briefcase, so that wouldn't really make any sense. I don't know, just a lot of complaining. But I don't have any problems with that match. I thought that match was phenomenal. The best match of the night, I would say by far, but by far not being that any of the other matches were bad. Just like this was clearly the standout match. This was the main event, if there ever was a definition of a main event. So yeah, overall, my thoughts on Fastlane is that the card was short. I think we would have benefited greatly from having that Gunther match on there, but we got a banger match on Raw, and every other match got a little bit more time to shine as a result. So overall, I'm not mad at it. This is probably, if I had to rank, this probably be towards the bottom of the pay-per-views that have, you know, they've had this year, but only because with the WWE pay-per-views this year, they have been higher quality for basically all of them. You want to start off at Royal Rumble, then you go into the Chamber. Obviously, WrestleMania nights 1 and 2 were a hit, and then going after that, Backlash. I even enjoyed Night of Champions as well. Next up, we got Crown Jewel. I'm expecting good things out of that. And then after Crown Jewel, baby, after Crown Jewel, baby, you know what time it is? It's Survivor Series time. And if you didn't know, I am a ticket holder of Survivor Series. I'm going there with my dad. So unfortunately, you're not going to get this next day preview for that. But you will get some other footage. And hey, we'll get that when we get there. But this video going on long enough. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys like. If you guys enjoy, please subscribe. Make a comment on what your favorite match is. Well, I fucked up the intro, but fuck it. We want to take Drake out here. Leave a comment on what your favorite match is. I did it again. Leave a comment on what your favorite match was of the night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.